You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
I have a very special guest on In Your Dreams. Sitting with me is my actual sister, someone I have known since I was 2 years old, my actual best friend. We have Molly Gordon on In Your Dreams. Yes!
We need a thing like on the Zane Lowe show where like when an exclusive happens, it's like boom.
Wait, let's
but
do
on
that.
this, it would be like, that's an In Your Dreams exclusive.
It would be Addison Rae screaming.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask her.
Wait, Cooper, let's get Addison Rae to do that.
Yeah.
In Your Dreams exclusive. Okay, so Molly dressed up for this.
I want people to know this is what I wear to bed.
Is this?
I'm wearing a vintage red dress.
I
you know
love
what I mean?
this. You're in Brooklyn buying dresses that you wear to bed.
The bed dresses, yeah.
This is gorgeous. What do you wear to bed?
It's actually interesting. I used to be like a big T-shirt that said like "Let's go Lakers" or like
Totally.
this is someone's bar mitzvah or something, like those huge shirts.
Yes. Like merch from a bar mitzvah.
Merch from a bar mitzvah.
Totally.
And underwear. And now I wear like a Doen nightgown. I'm trying to like live my dreams of being a woman that like has a house in Italy and is breastfeeding like 25 kids at the same time. And my boob will fall out in the middle of the night and I'll be like, oh, it's just what it is when you have 15 children.
That's hot.
So that's what I wear to bed. What do you wear to bed?
You know, Jared sleeps naked. So I feel weird not
So you join him.
sleeping naked because it's like then I'm clothed and he's naked.
I've slept with someone naked in a shirt, but you feel like it's weird to do that.
Well, I think that then he's like snuggling me and he's naked and I'm in sweats and a sweatshirt. And it's like, I feel bad for him.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
That's really beautiful. That,
I need him to like
to
feel
comfortable.
comfortable.
I understand. So it's just two raw bodies kind of pressed up against each other.
Molly and I, okay, so our family friends have a house in the Hamptons, and Molly and I would go to the Hamptons together as kids. And it was hilarious because this family was very clean.
Very.
And we were kind of the ones that were spilling things and messy and gross and
Eating a full pie.
Shoving
bed.
it in bed.
Yeah.
Do you think they ever knew that we were doing that?
I think they knew that we were, messing shit up, and I could sense that at times they'd be like, calm down, both of you. Actually, this is interesting.
Yeah.
When you go to people's houses and they're like so clean and so nice and don't have any clutter, I'm like, how do you do that? Like, I genuinely want to understand.
Well, that's what I want. Like, I want Kim Kardashian's home.
I
Like,
know.
that's what I try to do out there, but it never works.
No, but you're like really close to being able to pull it off.
No, I have a lot of shit everywhere, but no, my shit is kind of put away in closets.
Yeah.
But then you open the closet and it's like, there's bodies.
You need to figure out how to really organize your closet, and then you'll be full Kim K.
But also, Kim K has 14 garages.
I know. So
We
you
don't
got to
have
get
that.
that. You got to get that.
We don't have that. Okay, let's talk about how we met.
Okay.
First of all, I met Molly when I was literally 3 years old. We were at a theater program called Janet Adderley. Shout
Adderley
out.
School.
Adderley School.
Shout
exactly.
out to Janet.
Were we in a play together?
We were
don't know
in
if we
something,
were.
but I just remember witnessing this very
Strange.
special and strange 3-year-old who just had like the voice of an absolute angel and was the funniest person alive. But Owen truly has the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my entire life.
We actually can't talk about that because people will look things up. By the way, if they look me up, guess what they'll find? Us singing together because we had a band together.
Yeah. We had a band together in high school. And
college, honestly.
And college. And COVID
And
in some
COVID.
ways.
We brought the band back together. We really did bring the band back.
Well, singing with Owen feels like
It's home.
it's home.
We have such different voices, but when we were singing together, somehow we sound
We have
the exact same voice. It's
crazy.
really weird.
You sound like a white.
And then you
just
sound like a black man. It's just unbelievable how we could do
And no
that.
one will think that at all.
No one will
But
ever
we
think that.
feel it in our souls. But singing with you is like when I feel my most calm and
It took me through COVID. It actually got me through
carried
COVID.
me through COVID.
Wait, okay, let's go back really fast. One of our first concerts,
Yeah.
we performed at
A high school
a
in
high
LA.
school in LA, exactly. And Phoebe Bridgers was opening for us.
No, it was a double bill.
She was open. She
didn't open for us.
I really believe she opened for us.
It was a full
Phoebe,
double
this
bill.
is an In Your Dreams exclusive. Phoebe Bridgers opened for us.
No, it was a double bill. I think we were even like before her.
You
But
know
you
what?
could tell.
You're right. We were before her.
You could tell. Well, she was in the scene, obviously, We were
She was
lightly in the
so
scene.
talented.
You could tell from then that she was going to be a huge star.
Everyone was weeping in the crowd.
Yeah, Owen and I were like mouth agape watching her, and then we were like, we have to go on. And then we went on, and we were so nervous. But what happened before the concert?
Before that, was this the car accident?
Yeah.
So Molly and I are some of the worst drivers in the world. Seriously.
No, it's actually
and you
really
actually
scary.
might be worse than me.
I'm a safer driver.
Yes.
You drive fast.
Yes. You are a safer driver, but you
Because I'm so fearful of what I could do. You don't care.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
So at this high school, you would have to pay for parking spots. I didn't want to pay for a parking spot. I was like, I'm paying to be at the school. I don't want to pay for a parking spot.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So I would park at Ralph's across the street illegally.
Yeah. Most of us did that.
Most of us did this. So I parked at Ralph's underground. By the way, no one checks underground Ralph's. If there's an underground at a supermarket, you're safe to park there all day.
100%.
You can park there for years. You could live there.
Yeah, truly.
So we were leaving. We were so excited. We were singing to each other, literally singing a song. I'm backing up and I'm obviously floor it. And there's a pole on my left side that I can't see out of it's a blind spot. Maybe it wasn't even a blind spot. Maybe I just completely was not paying attention. And suddenly the side mirror flies off with the door, taking the door. Boom.
It's a full disaster.
By the way, we go on in 20 minutes.
And by the way, this is a huge deal for us. Double bill, Phoebe Bridgers. We got to keep going. We still go in the car.
How do we still go?
I don't know. And then for some reason, umami burger comes to mind.
Wait, yeah, because we go after to umami burger.
I have a weird thing where I don't remember anything in my life, but I remember every restaurant I've been to and what everyone ordered. Umami burger, veggie burger.
Of course.
Side of onion rings. But no car door. Was that your first car accident?
No. No, that was like my 15th at that point, and I had my car for like a week.
Yeah, of course.
What was your first car accident?
I got into a couple my first year that were really super safe, just light taps. I would hit like the back of someone's car and they'd like come out and be like, what the fuck? And then I'd immediately be crying and they'd be like, oh, she's 16 and really sad and weird. It's okay. The car's fine. I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I'd be like, let's connect. How old are you? What's going on in your life? And they'd be like, the car's fine. I don't want to give you my number. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Love you so much. But my first big one, I'm taking in the like morning light. I'm going, let's go to Target. I'm like, it's one of those mornings where you're
Totally.
like, I'm getting my ass to Target. And it's 10 a.m. and I just make too like big a turn and I drive directly into a parked car and I completely total my car. And it's nothing. I'm not texting. I'm not doing anything.
What happened, Molly?
I was just happy. I don't know how to tell you this. I was genuinely just like joyous and driving.
And you were, to be honest, Target does release something. What is that called in your brain?
In your brain, serotonin.
Serotonin. It releases so much serotonin that you crash into a parked car.
The entire neighborhood comes out because it sounds like a bomb went off. And they're all like, what the fuck? And then a girl comes out of her house to see her car also totaled. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Immediately crying. She's like, I'm Molly. And I'm like, I'm Molly. It was crazy.
Wait.
We're in love to this day. No.
Do you still have her number?
No, she did not want me to have her number.
I understand.
But that shook me up so much that I think I became a super safe driver. And I don't drive that often.
You don't.
And Owen drives mostly.
Which is scary for both of us.
Because you drive too fast. I'm the one on the freeway that everyone's like honking at and they're like,
going
this
around.
fucking bitch.
I'm the one going around.
100%.
I'm zooming.
And you have gone around me.
Of course. I used to have a Mini Cooper. Literally 6'4". I'm in a tiny Mini, speeding, finding my way.
What's crazy to me is, have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
Never.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I've gotten many red light tickets.
Really?
Many.
I've never gotten a ticket.
Going through many red lights, but never by a police. Police have never pulled me over.
But they've caught you?
But they've caught me on the camera.
Can we do like a really funny PowerPoint,
yes.
all the photos?
I have them.
Are you
I literally have them. And by the way,
are you posing?
No, but I'm so upset. I'm probably like, because it's a flash. The flash just takes you off. And of course, me being me, I'm like, there's paparazzi following me. I'm like, there's someone here. Okay, so after this whole incident with the door coming off. I get my car, umami burger. I get my car fixed. Yeah. Okay. I'm thrilled to have my car back. My car was named Adele after Adele. I'm like, literally, I see her, I start crying. I'm like, I just love I had a Tiguan. I love my Tiguan. I got into my Tiguan. I drive to my friend Sophie's house. I walk in. Sophie comes out and is like, Adele's back. We're all so thrilled that Adele's back. I go in. I literally hear, similar to a bomb, I hear this horrible thing happen. And I'm like, what? We all walk outside and I see that older woman has crashed into my car. parked on the side of the street.
No.
And my car is now actually going down the hill because Sophie lives on a hill. So now my car is actually
falling down a hill.
Is rolling down the hill, and it crashes into another car. So now my car is totaled again. By the way, the older woman was totally fine, but my car was not fine. It was already totaled. I didn't want to pay again for it to be fixed up, so I just gave up Adele. It was such a sad moment for me.
And that was bye-bye for Adele.
It was a bye-bye for Adele. Okay, Molly, who was your first crush?
My first crush, definitely like when you're like 6 and you're on those like co-ed soccer teams.
Yeah.
And I really liked this. Remember, I had a crush on him, I think. But my real first crush was definitely when I was doing like theater. The guy that was in the theater program with me, I was like in love with him. It's like the perfect theater story. I was cast as his mom, of course. So there was immediate, I'm cast as the shrew mom.
Of course. And you're 4.
And I'm, no. At this point, I'm like 13 or whatever.
I'm understanding.
And there's like no sexual tension. And I'm like, I'm playing your mom though. See me as a sexual object. But whatever. Suddenly something shifts. He's starting to see me differently. And
Why?
then,
What are you wearing as the mom? A negligee?
I'm literally wearing like, I'm constantly in mourning. So I'm wearing all black and like a headscarf and I'm just like mourning constantly. And I'm like, why don't you like me? But then something shifted. I think he began to be interested in the look or whatever, something. And we went to a pool party and he kissed me underwater. And it was truly like, it was like the hottest moment of my entire life. It was so exciting.
Wow.
And then we started hooking up and like before we would go on stage and I was playing his mom, we would like hook up in the wings. And then we would go on
you
stage
would
and I'd be
make
like,
out in the wings?
and I'd be like, son, why are you doing that? And like, I would be kissing backstage. And it was like when making out was like super new for me. So it was like,
do you think you were good at it?
no, it was definitely like, it was when it was like a really hard lip, forceful tongue.
I totally
which
get
is
it.
the worst kind of kissing.
And where is he today?
He's an amazing, lovely person. He's very
obsessed with
talented.
this. First crush for me was a girl named
Okay.
and I kissed under a table.
Okay.
And then I found her diary that said she liked this other black guy at our high school.
Whoa.
She was kind of into black guys.
Okay.
And now dating a white guy.
Good
So
for
there you
her.
go. She had her time.
Yeah,
She had her time.
whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants.
But how was the kiss?
The kiss
good?
was tender. It was
Okay.
too tender.
Too tender.
It was too
It
tender.
was
We
too
didn't know what we were
friendly?
doing. It was too friendly.
I have a thing that I call VT,
What's that?
which is like vagina tingle. When I didn't understand what like being horny
was.
meant or like feeling anything down
Of
there, I'd be
course.
like VT. Like when you watch a movie, I like when I watched this movie Stardust when I was like 9 to all the girls at the sleepover, I was like VT. 2 girls are kissing VT.
Wait, what would they
vagina
say?
tingle.
No,
and
but
they'd
would
be
they-
like, okay, I'm gonna have my dad pick me up. But I still ask my friends like VT if you like have a crush on
I
someone.
never had a VT.
Did you ever have VT for a girl?
No.
Okay.
I think I like tried to.
Yeah.
I think I was envisioning a guy making out with the girl I was
Yeah.
making out with, and that turned me on.
That totally makes
But
sense.
I wasn't into the girl. It was more like I want to be a voyeur in this and watch it, but I wasn't into the girl herself. I'm so sorry. I love you dearly, but you just weren't. You don't do it for me. I like dick.
Clearly. You
like-
sleep naked. Actually, dick to butt.
Dick to butt.
Yeah.
Dick to
Dick to
butt.
butt.
In
to
your
butt.
dreams exclusive.
Dick to butt. What was your first kiss that you can remember when you were like, fuck?
Well, you know, I made out and I said it on Call Her Daddy. And by the way, I've not heard from him. I'm so upset. I thought he was going to reach out after. I made out with a man in our theater department.
Yeah.
Named Miles Jordan, bleep the name. And I absolutely fell for him hard.
Yeah.
I fell for him.
Was
I
it?
loved
And
him.
was the kissing good?
The kiss was amazing.
First kiss good.
For
out of
really,
the gate good.
really good.
Because
But
sometimes it's hard for the
he
first
was-
kiss out of the gate to be good.
Yes, but he was experienced.
Oh.
He had many a kiss. He actually kind of
He grabbed you.
grabbed me
Yeah.
and I straddled him.
Jesus Christ. How old were you?
Well, now that I say I'm straddling him, and I'm like, I was 10. Can you imagine?
I was 10 when I first straddled.
I was probably 17, 16.
Okay,
Like for my
love it.
real first
Yeah,
kiss.
yeah.
What about you?
For my like
Real
real
first
first kiss,
kiss.
probably like 14 or 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was it good? That's young. Isn't
Yeah.
that really young?
It was young.
You started young.
I went on a trip with my friends. It's like a kind of like beach vacation. Like I go with my friend's family and I meet this guy and his twin sister. And he's 17. I'm 15. I'm like, I lie about my age. Like, and I
Wait,
say
and
that
he was
I'm
just
17
at the resort.
too.
He was just at.
It wasn't a resort. It was like we were in like a small town, and
I'm
we'd
understanding.
see him in the town square at
Got
night.
it. Got it.
And
How nice.
I lied about my age, and I was like, oh, I'm 17 too, even though I'm 15.
And you probably looked 8.
Yeah, I looked 2 years old. But we had this like little romance. We'd like meet up in the town square, and we'd make out, and it was like he was so cute, and he was a rower.
Did your parents know?
My parents weren't there.
It was just you?
No. I was with my friend's
I'm
parents.
understanding.
But it would be like 2 a.m. We would sneak out, hook up. Like I had never hooked up with a blonde. I didn't think that they were interested in me. And it was just like he was a rower and we'd make out. And the hookups were just like, oh my God.
Amazing.
Like it was like we're in a movie. Like
Still
this
to
is
this
crazy.
day, you think, looking back, you're like, wow, that was a great kiss.
Oh my God, we're in like a fucking Italian like art film.
We're in Call
This
Me
is
By Your
crazy.
Name.
Call Me by Your name. And then on the last night when we're about to leave, I discover that he lied about his age and he's actually 14. And I was so upset. And I was the youngest out of all my friends. And I was like, people just can't do this. And they were like, well, you lied about your age. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's insane that he did this. But I was just so embarrassed that I had hooked up with a 14-year-old and I was 15.
And you were 15.
So I like pull him aside and I have a confrontation. And I'm like, you'll discover when you're older, I'm obviously off to college next year, that you can't lie about your age. And grow up.
That
and
is
so it was
hilarious.
all shattered. My like call me by your name journey. It was actually a 15-year-old and a 14-year-old just hooking up on the side of the road. It was not
Gorgeous hookup in the side of the road, and you guys are
we're
just
both
completely lying
through our teeth. And I want to apologize to him at In Your Dreams exclusive.
Thank
I haven't
God
seen him
we've
since
never
then.
had an apology.
Yeah.
We need an apology on In Your Dreams. Thank God we have an apology.
I lied about my age too, and I'm so sorry that
Do you think that he has looked you up and seen online that you did lie, like somehow figured it out?
I think he never thought about me ever again.
Really?
No, I was not memorable. He did send me a text being like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope you understand. Like, that, like, I just was nervous. And by the way, his sister lied too and said they were twins. It was her younger. It was like a pyramid scheme of lies on this island.
Wait, so they saw you and they were like, it's her. Don't you think? They looked at each other.
I went up to him.
Oh, so you approached.
He was so hot. He was a rower.
This is actually
He
interesting.
was a 14-year-old rower.
This is hot.
But it's okay when you're 15 with a 4. Like, it all worked. I don't
That's
know why
fine.
when I figured out the lie and just go, great, let's be together.
Totally.
I could be married now.
You literally could have been married to a 14-year-old rower.
Okay, first lie.
For me?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard to parcel this out.
Yeah, I'm like, let me think. Shit.
Shit, man. So I was
First
one.
lie.
And I can remember.
Okay. I had a hamster, okay, named 2 hamsters. Actually, maybe they were guinea pigs. Hillary and Haley Duff. And Hillary Duff died.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It was so horrible for me. And I went to school the next day announcing that Hillary Duff died, but I never said my guinea pig Hillary Duff died. So the whole school, we were obsessed with Lizzie McGuire. Everyone, it was the time of Lizzie McGuire.
Of
Everyone was sobbing. It was the In Your Dreams exclusive of my elementary school.
Yes.
It was horrible. Everyone was up in arms. There was an email sent out that night being like, Hillary Duff did not die. This was a rumor.
Yeah.
And everyone then came to me and said, you started the rumor. And I couldn't just say, no, I had a hamster and it got it got misinterpreted. No, I of course blamed it on someone else.
Of course.
A girl named Amina. And I actually now will apologize to Amina. Amina, I sit here sorry. I feel sick about blaming you. You were lovely and I still follow you on Instagram.
Let's get our 100,000 followers by morning.
By the way, I don't even have 100,000. I want all my followers to go follow Amina. No, I really did Amina dirty and people were really upset with Amina for years, by the way.
You ruined her life.
I really ruined her life. But
Jesus
then
Christ.
she went off to be she's gorgeous now. So I'm loving her. She's a soccer player.
That's incredible.
She really is. She really is. Ma, what was your first job?
I started babysitting when I was like 13. I did that for most of high school. And then my first job that wasn't being a babysitter is that I worked at Balthazar in New York.
Yeah. How was that for
when
you?
I was 18.
How was that?
It was a hard job. I think like being at a restaurant that works late hours and the people that come in are, maybe
Kooky.
darker. kooky personalities.
Darker figures.
But I learned so much, and the people that worked there were lovely. And on my break, I would have 2 orders of French fries and sit and cry at like who had yelled at me. I was yelled at every single night because I would like drop drinks on. I was just horrible at my job.
Molly and I both.
Yeah.
We like we said we drop a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, and we should never work in restaurants.
No,
It's dangerous, actually.
the second year that I worked there, I was bringing someone's stroller downstairs, and I slipped and I dropped the stroller and like fell on my back, and then I was like crying like throughout the evening. And I remember my like co-host up for the evening was like, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "No, it's a smoky eye." And I'm literally like, tears are going. She was like, "Are you okay? Like also like you have a cut on your back." And I was like, "I'm totally fine, Diane. I'm actually thriving." But I just didn't want to lose my job. But yeah, working in a restaurant is tough. But amazing, and definitely being on the show has given me even more like respect for hospitality.
I didn't even connect the two. You did that.
Oh.
You should be the host of the fucking podcast. I didn't even connect the two. You go, and then being on the show. Of course, you're on the Bear. Of course, working in a restaurant.
Well, yeah,
There you
I
go.
just think it's like it's tough and it's complicated, but it's beautiful. And any sort of like building something, we know,
Yeah, of
building
course.
anything creative, and it was tough. So, but I learned a lot. But I was young. I was 18. First job.
I could never work in a restaurant because
You would stay at the table too long. They'd be like, "Can you take our order?" And you'd be like, "What was your trauma in your past, though?"
No, literally.
And they'd be like, "I want to eat." And you'd be like, "I want to eat, but what's the trauma?"
I would sit with them and be like, "I think I know your mom.
Yeah,
I've seen her at the nail salon."
totally. And you'd be like, "But we're adding salmon, right?" And they'd be like, "I don't want to add salmon."
Yeah, I'd be like, "You need a protein, love. It's gonna be good."
But
no,
what was your first job?
My first job, I was working in Sammy's Sneakers, selling sneakers.
Ooh.
And I was like 14.
Were you
And it was
good at
technically
that?
like an internship.
Yeah.
But it was a job.
Yeah.
Was I good at it? I think I sold probably the ugliest sneakers to people, but I was so convincing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was good at it, but I was not like, I didn't have an eye. You know what I mean? I was selling horribly ugly sneakers. I was like, they have sequins. I love that for you. And it was like a 70-year-old woman who should not be wearing sequin Converse.
But you can get anyone to wear anything. I mean, recently.
Well, that.
Recently.
So first concert.
Also, this is a good moment to bring in Jared in a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Because,
we need Jared.
Yeah, but you're like, you've always been, there's a part of you that is a stylist.
Okay, so this
Be
is
honest.
thank God you're saying this. I've always in my head been a fashion guru.
Yeah, since you were born.
Since I was born. By the way, the looks have been bad.
Yeah.
Some of the looks are just horrible.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm
Fashion,
doing something
You
new.
always have thought you
Well,
looked
you know,
amazing.
I always say my new thing is.
Yeah, the fight. My new thing is glasses.
My new thing is glasses.
Our biggest fight.
Oh my God. Molly and I, our actual biggest fight was over a pair of fake glasses. I put them on and Molly tried them on and said, "I don't like," what did you say? You said, these don't work.
I was just laughing because they were like, if your cast is like the like funny nerd, they were
This
those
is
glasses.
what you
I
would
was like,
wear.
I don't think you need to wear these
She was like,
glasses.
"You do
He's
not
like-
need these."
He's like, "These are my new thing," and I was like, "I'm not obsessed with them." And he was like, "They're what I'm wearing, Molly." So you're saying I'm ugly? And I was like,
literally, she's like, "No, not at all."
No, but I also probably didn't say it right.
No,
we
no.
talked about it.
We-
no.
and now
But
look at us.
Look at us in love.
Look at us.
But then the next day, cut to Billie Eilish wearing the little glasses.
Sorry.
Other people. Owen knew the trend.
Sorry.
Sorry. And I was completely wrong. Trendsetter, always. And I'm like, what? Are we sure it's this? Immediately, it's like Billie
Everyone
Eilish.
wearing the glasses.
You know, every Kardashian is wearing it the next day. You were always on the pulse.
That's very nice. But also, I think I see like a little micro influencer wearing it, then I take it, then it blows up.
Yeah, so you steal things.
I steal things.
Yeah.
I ultimately steal it. No, but recently, Molly and I went to a party.
Yeah. Say what your new thing is.
What's my new
With
thing?
me, like how you get me to go out.
So I do this thing to Molly now where I say cozy dinner, you and me. And she
Because
goes,
that gets me to come over. He goes, cozy dinner,
she goes,
you, me,
"I
and Jared.
love this." Oh my, she goes, "That's my home."
Yeah.
So she comes over, she's wearing like sweats, whatever. Always in a sweat, a stained shirt.
Yes.
She sits on the couch and I look at her and I say, "Get up, we're going to a party." That's the way I get you. And then you go, "What? I'm not dressed." I say, "No, we're going back to yours to get dressed and we're going to go to this party."
And I said no.
And you said no?
Very forcefully. I was like, no, I just got back from London. I have horrible jet lag. I also had the worst sunburn.
It's
to
a
the point
medical
where
grade
someone
sunburn.
would see it and be like really scared. And I was like, I can't go out. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't leave the house. I'm not going to this.
No,
He's
you
like,
also had a heat stroke, love.
I had a heat stroke and I was feeling ill and unsure of every part of my life.
Yeah.
And Owen's like, you're going.
And I said, no, fuck cozy dinner. I said, we can pick up something. We're going to fucking his birthday. Am I allowed to say that?
So
Bleep
then
that.
you go to my house.
So I go to your house. So we go. So
by the way, I haven't unpacked. I've been gone for 4 months. So it's just clothes everywhere.
and Molly, by the way, doesn't unpack. And
For
when
years.
you do, for years, I will go over sometimes a month after she's been home for a month, and she will still be living out of her suitcase, and things will be everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this was a day after. So imagine my surprise. I walk in. I'm like, what the hell is happening? It looks like a haunted house. There's clothes strewn everywhere. She's like, I can't go to this party. I can't find anything to wear. So she's starting to take things out. And she's like, this is new, actually. I just bought this. She puts it on. I go, oh my God, that's hideous. Take that off. Why'd you even buy that shit? Holy shit.
Screaming at me. But also, like, you've called me out on this. Rachel has too. Like, buy a little dress, honey. Like, have things to wear out because I don't go out. So I went to Dana Foley. Shout out Dana Foley. I bought a couple little dresses. I was like, oh, great. I'll wear one of my little dresses. I'm literally now giving a TED talk to the people in the room. But what we're all forgetting is the medical grade sunburn. So I can't show my back.
So she
But
has
I'm
a
going to a party,
gorgeous dress.
But I'm going inside to like a hot party. So I'm like, okay, I have to wear a turtleneck.
Because of her medical grade sunburn, she's putting on this little dress with 3 layers on top, a scarf, tights. No, I said, you cannot wear this.
But you were being your most cutthroat that you've ever been to me, but it was making me pee
Your
laugh.
pants. Well, I was like, you
You're
look
like, hideous. You look horrible. Ew, you're not wearing that. Fuck you. Ew, you look awful. Get away from me.
I literally was so upset with you because look at her. She could be in a tiny little dress if she wanted, but her medical grade sunburn was very, very dark. And can I be honest? I'm glad she wore a shirt on top of a little dress, and I'm glad she did because I think people would have been scared.
And then
it's not Halloween yet, love. It was not Halloween.
And then I barely have time to put on makeup, so I'm like wearing sunglasses, which just makes you look like an asshole or like you're on bleep this like or like. But I wore sunglasses because I was like, I don't go out. Rachel comes over. We all go to this party.
She looking gorgeous. She has her hair
full
done,
makeup,
full hair.
because she had just worked that night on like a movie.
Yes.
So she had it ready. She looked amazing.
She looked
and
gorgeous.
Owen again is like, yikes to me.
I know, because Molly was like literally wanted to wear a turtleneck. So I'm like, definitely put back on the dress. That's when you switch to the dress.
I switched. Because I was wearing like a t-shirt.
You were wearing something different.
He was like, yikes, we can't walk in.
I said, I'm going to walk in with just Rachel alone. I was like, you need to change your outfit.
And then I was like, I'm not going.
Yes. At that point, we're there and Rachel's setting up a TikTok.
Yeah,
Rachel's
of course.
setting
Obviously,
up a TikTok
immediately
in the corner.
making content. Oh, also in the middle of us trying on outfits, Owen and I do a cover of a song.
So during the middle of it, Molly's now like, she's like, I can't find my makeup anywhere. She's like, oh my God, my sunburn. She's fainting from her sunburn. She feels sick. She's wearing tights on tights on tights and a headscarf. And she's like, should we sing?
Well, I'm
was like,
obsessed
what?
with Tougher Than the Rest, this Emmylou Harris, Bruce Springsteen song. And I wanted us to do a cover of it just for my mom. And I'm like, but sit down, love. And I take out the guitar and I'm like.
And meanwhile, we have 10 minutes until
I look
birthday.
horrible, but whatever. We go to the party. I'm in sunglasses. I'm in a shirt. But Owen forced me. So we realized that's the way to do it, is that he has to tell me 10 minutes before.
I have to lie to you completely. Yeah. So that was the first party you've been to in a long time. Did you have fun?
I had an amazing time because I was with you and Jared. Should we bring Jared in?
Jared! Lion Jared. Okay, so now we have another special guest on the pod. So Jared's never been on a podcast, so he is going to be a little nervous.
He's been on a podcast. He's been on Emma's.
Oh, you've been on Emma's. Oh my God, you know more about Jared than, well, this is our relationship.
Well, I can be the fact checker for In Your Dreams. Yeah.
Totally. But also, Molly, okay, so first of all,
this is our relationship.
We're in some ways a throuple.
Yeah. Jared will tell me things. Owen will tell me things. And I'll be like, that's so crazy about Owen to Jared. And Jared will be like, oh, I had no idea. Fully live together. And it happens vice versa all the time. I'm the person that you guys go to, but you're in the relationship with each other.
Of course. I'll tell Molly the most exciting news. I'll be like, oh my God, I got the most amazing chair at this vintage place. And then Molly will say to Jared, this is an unbelievable chair. Did you see it? And Jared will be like, no, it's in my home and I've not been clued in at all. But I tell you first, Molly.
Why do you guys not
tell each other things?
I don't know. I think there's sometimes it's just there's too much to tell. It's like they'll find out.
They'll?
Who's they'll?
Ultimately, he's just misgendered me. But you mean I'll find out?
You'll find out.
Yeah,
I was saying both of us that we'll find out.
Yes, we'll both find out.
Right? Like we'll find out eventually.
It's also, can I be honest? It keeps it steamy. Because then in bed, when we're about to have sex, he'll go, "I bought the chair."
Exactly. But you bought the chair. But yes.
Oh yeah, I bought the chair.
I also think you guys have an intimacy where it's like you end up talking about other things. It's like you're kind of beyond a catch up.
Totally.
It's like you lay together and you talk about life, but it's like the like little catch up things sometimes you just say to your friends, and you guys have this other kind of, I don't know, beauty of connection that exists in another way. But
That's
I am
beautiful.
sometimes like, why do you not know that you live together?
Molly in a sunglass. Molly just in a complete sunglass.
I don't know. I did
No,
it
I
as a
love
bit for
it.
a second, but I'm coming back. It was me as their couples therapist for a second,
I love
playing
it.
the role of Rochelle. You know what I mean? No.
The therapist that wears a sunglass?
Yeah, that just always wears a sunglass. It's like, why don't you tell each other things? I just think you guys have both been really busy, but you found a way to be really there for each other. And that's really beautiful. And you should be really proud of that. How have
that's
you
beautiful.
felt in this time?
I felt
Oh, that's a
fine.
high five, but that's cute.
I felt fine. Jared?
We feel good. We did long distance for such a long time that I think we're prepared to never talk or see each other.
We don't have to ever speak again, and we'll somehow be okay.
Well, you have so much goodwill for each other, which I think is such a important part of a long-term relationship, is like, you're on your journey. We'll figure it out when I see you. And I love you so much. And I'm proud of you. And I'm not going to project my shit onto you right now.
And I'm really lucky that Jared is still with me after literally me being like, yeah, so I want to fuck this guy. And yeah, so I joined Grindr and put Jared's photos. Like, it's unbelievable that Jared's still sitting here. And I'm very, very lucky. So that's an In Your Dreams exclusive. Me being thankful for the first time.
Well, an apology.
An apology.
The second apology.
Jared, I'm sorry for using your pictures on
It's
Grindr.
okay.
But also I'm happy that you look the way you do, so
He's so hot.
So I could use your pictures. I'm very lucky for this.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk about our first time. So Jared and Molly and I became a throuple instantly when we met in New York.
At this point, Jared's working at
Garage Magazine, of course.
And when I met Jared, it was like immediate. And it was kind of crazy. I'm literally like,
They make
hey,
out.
just cut for a second though. Owen, hey, go to the other room. Sorry. No, it was immediate. Like similar to Owen, I was like, oh, I've known you my whole life.
Completely. It was, I mean, I think your dynamic is very easy to fall into when we're all the same.
Yes.
But I feel
We're all
like
cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
And the cloth is fucking weird and patched together
the
and
cloth
holy.
is a tapestry of many other cloths. What was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you was
Kooky.
horrible. Kooky for sure, but just like loving. I think you ran into my arms and jumped on me, and I was like, this is definitely the first time we're meeting, but I love it.
No,
I
but
do remember that.
you're instantly in with Molly, and not in a fake way. Like Molly actually loves everyone. So it's this beautiful thing where she sees Jared and she's like, oh my God, I've known you for my whole life.
We were sisters immediately.
You were sisters immediately.
Yeah. Well, also, I think I felt an immediate connection. I think you were like, whoa, you're on me. And then it took a couple of times. And then COVID was really when
COVID we locked in.
Yeah.
COVID we definitely locked in because that was a really, what else was there to do besides find your best friends?
Totally. And also you made a big change to move here. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so Jared flies here for just a vacation, like a trip, right? Because you were.
It's deep COVID. It's
Oh,
not.
I'm
It's
so
not
sorry.
a vacation. It's to see you love the man he's in a relationship
I'm
with.
so sorry. This is. I completely rewrite history. So he's here for COVID. He's staying with me for COVID.
Yeah, you're literally like, he's on vacation.
I'm like, he's on vacation during
literally,
COVID.
he's in lockdown with you, the person that he's with.
So he's on lockdown with me, the person that he's with, and he's sitting with Molly and I. He says,
Garage had just folded.
the
Garage has
magazine
folded.
has folded. I'm just completely freaking out because I'm like, holy shit, I need Jared to pay my bills. So, because ultimately I will never make the money that he makes. So I go, fuck my life, Jared. Find another magazine. Vogue. Figure it out. And Jared looks at Molly and I and says with confidence, I want to be Emma Chamberlain's stylist.
Let's amend that. Not confidence.
No, that's not true at all. We're sitting and I want to say eating
Calling me
pizza,
out.
eating vegan pizza.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're eating vegan
we
pizza.
are. She's right.
And we're
She
kind
remembers
of,
every food.
Every food.
Every food.
And we're sitting there and we're doing kind of like, we're manifesting like, what do we really want? We're all feeling very lost. And Jared kind of quietly says, I think if I'm really being truthful, I want to be a stylist. And I have a weird vision of me being Emma Chamberlain's stylist.
Our history, my history, him standing on the table being like, Emma Chamberlain, I'll style her.
Yeah.
And it's not what happened.
Both of them said you should probably move back to New York.
No, because Emma Chamberlain, like,
That's
we were like,
not what I said.
No,
Absolutely, you
no,
said that.
she didn't say that.
Both of you said,
I remember
I love you
what
so
I
much.
said.
This is a big delusion, and you probably shouldn't. do
No,
that.
that's not true. I said, have you talked to Emma or communicated at all?
And
I
you
said
said
no.
no.
No,
So
I said,
then
do
we
you
said-
have any connection to her? You said no.
Barely.
By the
So
way,
I
Molly
said-
said this in the sweetest voice, and I remember this. She goes, have you talked to Emma? And Jared goes, no. And she looks at me, she goes, okay, and have you, you've never spoken to her. It
No.
was hilarious.
And he was like,
no, he said.
no. And I was like, okay. I feel like let's think about
Plan B.
let's plan B things for right now that we can manifest that could happen in our actionable items, and then maybe down the line that could happen.
I said, absolutely no. I
Also,
said, you're going to have
think
to
you
move
were scared
back.
of him moving here, which
Of course. Which was a
yeah,
subconscious
yeah,
thing.
of course.
We were long distance and we were
And it was
killing it
working.
and it was working. Why would I want him here? Well, that's, by the way, most people would want their partners with them. But of course, me being me, I'm like, you see me over FaceTime and I can use a filter and we're all good.
Basically, a week or two goes by, and
Like a week.
Yeah, like a week and a half goes by, and Emma's publicist, Kate Bailey, shout out Kate Bailey, DM'd me because I posted something that was styling related, and she said, "Do you want to do this with Emma?" And I said, "Yes." And then she said, "Call me." And then I called her. I think you were at our house.
might have been there.
You were there.
It
We were
was
picking you
crazy.
up.
And she called me and she was like, Emma's looking for a stylist. Is there any chance you're in LA? I was like, yes. And then she was like, do you want to do this shoot in like a week and a half? I was like, yes. And then I did the shoot and then that was that. And then we
And then
kept
he's been
rolling.
Emma Chamberlain stylist ever since. That's on manifestation.
Emma, this is really creepy and weird. She knows the story, but it worked. I don't know why, but it worked. But I'm so sorry for being so creepy.
It's not creepy. It's delusional. But
it wasn't delusional. It was real, and he was right. And also, it's just been the most beautiful thing to watch Jared build this like empire so organically from such a like soulful, real place of like, I want this, and then hard work pays off, and like what he's created is fucking insane. How fast it's happened. But it was just us eating pizza and him being like, I think I want this to happen, and us being like, it's not gonna happen, love.
And
I love
I
you so much.
I want to say something because I had Hannah Berner on the pod. Hannah Berner, I love you deeply. Hannah Berner looked in the camera and said, quit your job. If you actually love something, quit your job and do the thing you love. And I said, don't do that. Definitely do not do that. Always stay in your job. Day jobs are better. You're not going to make it. And I actually want to take that back now, looking at Jared, because I'm like, quit your fucking job. Quit your job and do what you love. Because
Or get folded on.
or let the magazine fold on you and ultimately have your boyfriend scream at you eating vegan pizza.
That works
also
too.
works. Sorry to get sappy and weird on In Your Dreams, but it is important that we ultimately follow our passion because our passion is the thing that we are meant to do, and whatever's out there, the universe will reward you for following that. I don't know. That's what I have to say.
It's also hard work. And Jared, even when he got Emma, it's like, okay, I have to keep elevating. And like every time with Emma, I have to make it amazing. And like takes every event with her as seriously
As the Met.
Like, and that's the way that he works. And he's also a good person. And it's like, it works out from all of those levels because of who he is.
But also,
I love this podcast.
This is a hilarious story. He's been styling Molly. He's working with Molly now. Thank God. This is just my dream. Molly was doing a movie in the middle of
Nowhere.
buttfuck nowhere. I called Jared and I don't know where Jared is because we never know. We never communicate. And I called Jared randomly and he's like, it's just horrible service. And he's like, I'm upstate. And I'm like, what? And all of a sudden, I get a picture of Molly in a random barn in a gorgeous dress because she's getting dressed for the Emmys, right? You were trying on things for the Emmys, and he drove to you.
He drove 2 hours to Germantown, New York, to try on dresses with me, in the middle of styling Sabrina.
And we'll just put a
Carpenter.
picture ultimately of Molly at the Emmys because it worked and she looks fucking great.
But Jared like goes out of his way to make sure that you feel comfortable and taken care of when he's also having this insane moment. And I also just want to say In Your Dreams exclusive. It's not really exclusive. Sorry. It's like, it's obvious. It's in Your Dreams, obviously, that Jared's killing it with Sabrina, and to watch your friend fucking nail it that hard is so crazy. I just like
I
look
sobbed at the
I look
concert.
at images of like a woman I don't know well, and I weep at them. I literally weep at her.
Weeping at Sabrina.
I weep at a woman in a corset. I weep at the tights. Can you just, for in your dreams, exclusive, just wondering, the tights with the words on them, how did that come to
lyrics,
you?
the lyrics.
How did that come to you? What was the light bulb moment?
She just has the best lyrics. I feel like when her album came out, people were freaking out about all the little
she's
lyrics
a lyricist
that she's woven into everything. And they're such powerful lyrics and they're so smart. And I was like, let's just throw it on a tight. And we tried it.
Let's throw it on a tight.
Before you leave, Jared, what was your first kiss?
What was my first kiss?
Yeah, who was your first kiss? Not what. Well, unless you were kissing a toad.
It was a girl in high school. Her name was but I don't remember if I remember
I
the
feel
exact.
sick.
Was it a lot of tongue? We've been talking about
Tongue.
how tongue and because by the way, I love tongue. If it's done well, tongue, shout it out.
Thank God. And in your dreams exclusive, Molly Gordon loves tongue.
But if tongue is done
It's
wrong,
done wrong.
it is truly the biggest turn
This
off
is what
in
you
the
guys have been
entire
talking
world.
about?
What was your first kiss with VT?
What is VT?
You know, honey. Vagina
tingle.
The
Like,
first kiss that you were, yeah.
The first kiss that you really
were
felt
like,
it.
you were like, damn.
Or it could be it doesn't have to be VT. It could also be PT.
Well, hopefully.
Well, that's yes, we know that.
Just tea. Just tea. I think in high school, same girl, I was kissing her for a while. And it was...
Wait, I'm learning new things every day. What?
You know this.
I don't know that.
Yes, you black everything out.
But can I ask, what was the first kiss with you guys? I'll be back to my therapist,
Oh, okay.
Diane. What was the
Diane, it
first-
was
It
Rachel.
was Rochelle.
It was
No, it's Rochelle.
Oh, Rochelle. What was the first kiss with you two?
My friend Nicole Tapino, shout out. Nicole Tapino was going through a horrible breakup. He broke up with her 2 weeks before. She had seen him that night 2 weeks later, and she was sleeping at my house. Well, she wasn't supposed to, but she ended up sleeping at my house.
And Zoe.
And our friend Zoe. And she was sprawled in my bed, sobbing in my bed. And it was the first night Jared was there. And I was so excited for Jared to meet everyone. We hadn't even made out yet. But I was like, I felt it. I felt that this man I would fall in love with. So I was introducing him to all my friends. And she was like, I can't meet Jared. I saw him. I saw the guy. And she was sobbing in the bed. And I politely asked, I said, could you move this to the couch? I kind of want time with Jared in my bed. And she was like, what? I'm dealing with a breakup. So she then shut the door on me, sobbing in the bed. And then Jared and I had our first kiss on the couch.
With the sounds of her sobbing, ringing.
Wow.
Nicole Tapino.
Little did you know that would continue for every kiss. You would always have a woman sobbing around you. Now it's me. But what was the kiss like? Was it a makeout?
Yeah, it was a makeout.
And was it VT, PT immediately?
Yeah.
VTPT. It
was very
VTPT.
VTPT.
Wait, what's so funny is this also has to do with Adele.
The first time Jared
We
and I
had
ever had sex,
Yeah.
25 by Adele was coming out, and I was obviously the hugest Adele fan, and I was sick because I was I was like, holy shit, I know tonight we will have sex, but I also know that Adele's album is coming out, and I need to prioritize probably that, probably Adele's album coming out. So I remember I put Adele's album on my computer, I played it loud as it could go, and Jared then ultimately entered me.
Was it Never Mind, I'll Find that one? Is that
no, that was 21.
Yeah, no.
So it was Hello. It's
Yeah, it was hello.
And it literally is me. And I was
It's
looking,
me.
oh shit. Literally, I was like,
My first time I had sex, I was listening to Bon Iver's album and Holocene played. Very different vibes.
that's
Or like it
yeah,
was,
I know
it was too like
that's
it-
that's dark.
It was dark and yeah, that's who
but
I am.
so is hello.
Yeah,
It's
dark.
me.
That's dark in a different
Wait,
way.
so then you end the sex, you end the
then-
album, and do you have a sleepover?
Yeah, he slept over.
Great. Wait, cuddle naked?
Probably.
Cuddle naked. I was saying that you like to sleep naked.
Yes.
And we FaceTime in the morning, pretty much every morning, and Jared always wears the covers as a dress.
Molly every morning is shocked and says, "Oh my God, what gown is this?" And like once again,
Molly literally
it's
thinks
just a
it's the
sheet.
gown she's gonna wear to the next event.
It's
She goes,
still a sheet.
"What is this? I love this for me. This is gorgeous. This white
It's
fluffy
parachute.
It's parachute
It's
sheets.
parachute, and I'd love to wear your parachute anytime you want to do custom.
It's parachute sheets. Jared,
They
we
say
love
no.
you so much.
Oh, I'm leaving.
You're done.
The session is over.
The session is over.
Love you guys.
I need to say goodbye to Molly. Mal, now's the time that I go to sleep. And you're going to put on your sunglasses. We just want to wish everyone a good night.
Good night.
You know what I mean? So look into your camera.
Okay.
And I look into my camera. And we just say, good night.
Good night. Good night. I'll see you in your dreams, Owen Thiel.
That was hot. Okay, good night.
Good night.
We love you.
We love you. We love you, Jared.
We love you, Jared.
You're gonna figure